Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Great. Thank you for say steps. All right. Let's see if this works now. Appreciate everyone's patience. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys still hear me now? Okay, great. Yeah, sometimes it does this thing. I apologize for that. All right, let me share my screen. Everyone, hopefully you can see the big red presentation now here in the main area of the screen. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Diego, and I'm the CEO of Noise. Noise is a whopping 4.5 months old, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly what it is that we've built. Obviously, if you're here, you probably found us in a couple of different sources. I would love to hear in the chat real quick if you can tell us how you found us. That way, I can kind of tailor the message a little more towards you and give you all the context you might need. Hi, DJP. Hi, Emily. Hi, Big Baby London. Please let me know how you heard about us when you get a sec there in the chat. But I want to get started here. If you come in later, please, you can just scroll down on the video itself, like the little dragger thing. You can just go all the way to the beginning and hear the whole thing again. Okay, great. Craigslist, Indeed. Great, cool. All right, well, so let me explain what it is that we've built and why hopefully you're going to be interested in giving us a shot. So as I explained, started this company 4 months ago. Noise is basically an app that lets anyone, and I mean anyone, whether you've never done this before, if you never want to get in front of a camera, if you have zero followers, become a social media creator and get paid for it. And the way we do that is that we partner with brands of all kinds, digital. So imagine a bunch of apps, some physical products as well, that are looking for people to help them reach more potential customers across social media. So they are working with us to work with you to make content and reach those people. And they are more than happy to pay you for it. So we've kind of come up with a very elegant product here that makes everyone happy. It's a win-win-win all across the board. And I'm excited to share that with you. Now, hope I see someone said they can't hear us. Please let me know if you can hear me still. Seems like we are good. Thumbs up if you can hear me. I'll keep going. The most important thing I want to just address right off the tap is that Noise is completely free to you forever, right? This is not one of those like, oh, and pay me all this money kind of thing. Absolutely not. This is completely free for you to do. Think of it as a gig platform, not too dissimilar to maybe driving an Uber, only this is much nicer, in my opinion, because you don't even have to leave the house. In fact, you don't even have to leave the couch. So that's nice. So yeah, you will never, ever, ever have to pay to do anything here. This is all to help you get paid. First, let me just kind of walk you through with a little more of a visual aid how it all works. So as I said, we have an app that I'm going to help you guys download here in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already, please just stay focused on me for a few minutes, and then I'll help you guys all set up. We have an app that you download that shows you a bunch of brands that we are working with. So we've partnered with a bunch of brands, a lot of apps, a lot of websites, some physical products, all of which are businesses, right? And every business needs more customers. And those businesses are looking for your help to make content on social media to reach more people so that more people know about their products. So I'll give you a perfect example. We work with a recipe app, and this recipe app needs more people to download their app. And by working with you, they can get more posts out there on the internet that are, sharing helpful eating tips and recipes and things like that, that then help them get more installs. And they are obviously going to pay you for that. Importantly, though, one thing we've kind of figured out is that we work with the brands to make the content. So remember I said a few minutes ago, like even if you have zero experience building content, honestly, like this is dead simple. Like as long as you have a smartphone and you can use TikTok, you're good because the content will be given to you by the brand, which makes it super easy, super fast, and very effective. And then as you post everything, our app tracks it all, right? So if you get 1 view, we track it. If you get 10 views, we track it. If you get 1,000 views, we track it. If you get 1,000,000 views, we track it. And the brand pays you for every single view. So the more you post, the more views you get. The more views you get, the more money you make. It's very simple. You can see that third image there kind of highlights that. Now, to get into it real quick, how we actually develop this whole thing is a kind of an interesting story, maybe helpful context. We have been, the team and I, the Noise team and I have spent the last 3 years, close to it, building a mobile game app. And we grew that mobile game app by doing exactly this. So we, recruited a bunch of people and we had them all help us make content on social media, and we got, to over 1 million players on our app. And we were like, this is really powerful. What if we actually like make this into a platform? Again, kind of like think of it as the Uber for TikTok kind of idea. And we talked to a bunch of brands and they all said, please build this. We want this. So, 4 months ago, we launched it. And ever since, we've been growing very steadily, getting better at it every day, and, recruiting new awesome creators to join the community like you guys tuning in. Now, importantly, as I said, we know social media, we know content. You don't have to. If you do, then that's great. But honestly, you're just helping us get the word out at a higher volume, right? So the brands are going to give you really good content. Here's some examples of some of the brands that we've worked with. And then these posts, have all of them the potential to go viral. Not all of them will, of course, right? It's like winning the lottery. You can't win the lottery every day, or everyone can't win the lottery. But every little bit helps, right? So if you get a post that just gets a few thousand views, that's still money. If you get a post that gets 3.5 million views, that's a lot of money. But no matter what, you're always earning as things go by. This is an interesting example we often highlight for a brand in the book space. So this creator came in, just really crushed it right away. Honestly, got a little lucky too, probably, but this happens. And then this person made over $1,000 in like a week just with these posts. I believe one of our top creators is in the chat here. He's often here helping the newbies, Greg. And I think Greg, at this point, once you're in the app, you'll see him in the leaderboard. He's made over $9,000 at this point in the 4 months and change that we've been operating. So there's a lot of potential here. Obviously, you get out of it what you put into it in terms of time and obviously thoughtfulness. But this is growing really nicely, and we're excited that you're going to give us a shot and join us, hopefully. I will be answering questions at the end, of course, so bear with me here. Just to double click on how exactly one gets paid. So essentially how it all works is every single brand that we work with can set their own price. So one of the, let's say we work with a mobile game interior design app called Venue. Venue can say, hey, noise creators, I am willing to pay $1 for every 1,000 views. That's just a way to make math simple. Really what they're saying is they're going to pay 0.1 cent per view, right? So you're going to get paid every single view. And they set their price. You can accept it and start working with them. Or you can say, look, no, I want to work with something else, right? Or you say, I'm a really big fan of all kinds of mobile games. I really want to work with it. So you have full optionality on whatever brand you want to work with. We have over 30. You don't have to work with just one. You could work with all 30 if you wanted to, although you might, not want to go there quite yet because that's quite a bit. But it's pretty simple. Of course, hopefully, you're wondering, how do I get started? How can I jump into this right away? First of all, I'm going to help you here in a couple minutes, but I will give you the broad strokes in this slide. The first thing you're going to want to do here in a couple minutes is download the app. Again, if you haven't already, I will be helping you and walking you through all that in a minute. So it's an app on the App Store and the Play Store. The second thing you're going to do is that as you find the first brand that you want to work with, you're going to want to create a brand new social media account. So, my name's Diego, if you came in late, and if I'm working with, let's say, the recipe app, I don't want all of that content going into my personal Diego TikTok account. That's where my friends are. That's where I follow, all kinds of other things. Instead, what we advise everyone to do is that they start new accounts that are tailor-made to the specific category that they're on. So for example, if you're going to work with the recipe account, you would create a new TikTok account, call it something like, Foodie Lover 123 or whatever that may be. Or if you're going to work with a sports brand, you might create an account called, Baller 123 or whatever that may be. This is very important. Part of the reason why is obviously so that you can kind of keep your personal life and your personal account separate. But the other reason why it's important is because by creating a brand new account, you then need to, step 3 here, bake that account. And so if you say, I want to work with the recipe app, you create a recipe or a food focused account. Then the next thing you got to do is you got to actually use that account. You can't just create the account and post and post and post like 10 times in like 1 minute. That just seems like spam behavior to the platforms, and nobody wants that, right? And you're just going to be wasting a lot of time. What you have to do is that you have to use it. Just, spend 10, 15 minutes every day, definitely in the first few days, a lot more. Just like use it, follow accounts in the food space, comment on other food content. A good way to kind of know that you're in a good spot is when your For You page, so your main feed of content, is all full of food. Or if you're doing sports, all full of sports. Or if you're doing video games, all full of video games, right? Once you're there, you know that the platform thinks A, you're a real human, which you are, and B, that this account is going to be dedicated all about food or all about sports. And then once you're there, once you have a good baking period, then you can now start posting. Now, again, I repeat, and I'll walk you guys through that in a minute. The app gives you the content. So the brands use our tools. They make the content. They make sure that that is something they want to do. You do not have to invent anything here. This is not a, hey, go get in front of a camera and come up with something cool. That's not the place for this. This is a place where the brand is giving you something that they've already vetted and created, and you're just in charge of spreading the word. I realize that might not be the most creative compared to some other options there might be out there, but it is the easiest and it is the most effective because you're just going to get a lot of views, like probably more than you've ever gotten before, and that obviously will translate to earnings for you. Again, one more time, noise costs you nothing. This is not a, hey, pay me to do any of this. Absolutely not. We're in this together. The brand pays you for all of this. Hopefully I just explained thoroughly why it is that you need to make a new account. So I'm just going to skip over that unless someone asks me here at the end if I should elaborate on that a little more. How much can I post? We get this question a lot. So the rule of thumb is try to post no more than 3 or 4 times per day per account. So we have over 30 partners and we're growing pretty quickly, right? So you don't have to just work with one. You can say, I'm going to create a TikTok account that's focused on the food, and I'm going to create another TikTok account that's focused on, I don't know, sports, right? And then that means you can post about the food brand up to 4 times a day without like getting on, too aggressive territory. And then about the sports brand 4 times a day. And then if you feel comfortable expanding to more, then you can start a third account in, I don't know, music, right? Or video games or whatever it is that you're interested in participating in. Do not, I repeat, do not spam post. Resist the urge. One might think, oh, if I post more like crazy, I'll make more. That's not how it works. You just get 0 views on all of it, and you're just wasting a lot of time. So please don't do that. I see questions in the chat. I'm going to send the links to download the app here in a minute, so bear with me, and I'll show you guys how to find it too. Common questions, does it only work for TikTok? No, it actually works for YouTube and Instagram as well. However, we are 4 months old, and we've been not exclusively, but primarily focused on growing on TikTok for the moment. Very soon here, we're going to be doing Instagram and YouTube as well. Emily, I see your question. I'm going to answer that at the end here. How does Noise make money? That's a great question. So the way it all works is that we charge the brand, right? So we, or the brand better said, says, hey, I'm willing to pay this per view. We just take a cut. So we're not charging you, the creators, anything. We are charging the brands, and then you get to keep the rest, right? That varies campaign to campaign, but that way it's a win-win, right? I am absolutely incentivized to help you all be as successful as possible getting views, and we both are working together to get the brands as many views as possible so they keep wanting to work with all of us. So it's a really good setup, and we're on the same page. We get this a lot too. Why are brands paying for this? Why is this happening? put it this way. Some of you might have your own businesses. Some of you obviously work for other businesses, your employers. Everyone needs more customers. Businesses need to pay their bills. They need to pay their employees, who then need to pay their bills and provide for their families. Ultimately, that's, the economy is not in a great spot right now. Every brand that we work with needs more customers. They need to get more app installs for their app, or they need to get more sales for their video game, or they need to get more sales for their water bottle, or whatever it may be. And so we are providing a service, meaning you guys and the Noise platform, by helping them spread the word about their products across social media to reach more people, who then say, that is really interesting, I will download that app, or that is really interesting, I will buy that product. And so there's a really cool mission here, because we're obviously helping brands grow their businesses to then pay their employees. But we ourselves are getting paid to do that as well, and paying our bills and providing for our families. So it's, again, it's a very nice virtuous cycle here between every piece of the network. Another question we get a lot, and this is the last one before we get into the install phase and answering questions, is how do I withdraw money? So that actually, the answer to that will change over the next week or so. Currently, we're using our HR provider to pay you through as a contractor. So this is no different than if you were an Uber driver, essentially, mechanically speaking, or a DoorDash driver, or an Airbnb host. Over the next week, we're going to be launching our much faster, much simpler payout integration. Basically, once you have $50 in earning, however long that takes you, that might take you 4 hours, or that might take you 4 days or 4 weeks, however long it takes you, hopefully it's not 4 weeks, you will be able to go to the app and press a button that says withdraw. And then we just take some of your information that we need. And then currently we can only deposit to your bank. Very soon, though, fingers crossed, we will be able to also send via PayPal, Venmo, and I believe there's going to be another option. But we're going to make it very simple. If you do cross over $600 in earnings in a year, we will need to send you a 1099 at the end of the year for you to declare to your taxes. But if you're under that, you don't need to. And if you're over that, then you'll need to. But great, guess what? You made over $600 in a year making content on social media. So it's not a bad deal. I will start sending the links to help you guys get to start install the app and get onboarded. Is there any question I should be answering while I start doing that? So I see people can't find it on the Play Store yet. That's because we're so new that it's hard to find. I will send you links. Cool. All right. Well, let me start sending the links. First one is iPhone. It's in our chat here. You can also just go search noise, the word noise, or maybe noise creator, and you'll find this big red icon. Go install. The other one is Google Play, Android app. This one is a little harder to find because it's so early. I think if you type in noise earn like this, you can find it there. But again, I just sent the link here in the chat if you want to press that button. The other thing I want to encourage all of you to do, hopefully you already have this installed, is to join our Discord. So Discord is a chat room app. It's completely free to use. It's on mobile devices. It's on computers as well. If you join our Discord, that's where the entire Noise team is and where all of the top creators are, including some of the ones that are chatting in here right now. So think of it this way. You can talk 24/7 to anyone who knows everything about noise if you join our Discord. You will also be able to join, or honestly even text us if you have any questions, from the very bottom of your home screen. This is the Noise app. So there you go. This is the Noise app. You can see I'm a lousy creator because I don't really post that much, but I've made $40. And you can come talk to us on text or Discord right there. Rose, great to hear you found it on the Play Store. Anyone watching this, are you having trouble finding the app on the App Store? Please let me know. Okay. Now, one thing I want to get into then is as you go through the onboarding, you'll eventually get to a point where you can pick your first campaign. So if you look at my app here, I'll just show you again. This is not very effective. There's a bunch of brands. This is one I'm working with. These are 3 others I'm working with. And then here's a bunch more I haven't even had the brand bandwidth to check out myself, right? But you can work with any one of these brands. Once you do that, you'll want to make sure you do the process of going into TikTok, creating a brand new account that is focused on that niche. It'll take you like 1 minute to do that, but then you'll want to bake it again, as I mentioned in this step. And then once you feel comfortable, this here at the top of your home screen will just give you a post. It's just ready to go. The brand has approved it. The brand is saying, hey, Rose, or hey, Emily, or hey, who else is here? Nicola. We are willing to pay you to make this post. So go do it. Again, you'll probably have questions at any point. If you do, we are here to help there at the bottom. You can text us. You can join our Discord. There's a helpful video there. I'm about to shoot a bunch more next week, I think. This is all like, we're all in this together, right? I don't expect that you got it 100% in this quick video, but it should help you get started. And we are going to be here to hold your hand as you get rolling. One thing I do want to encourage is, once you have the app, first of all, go to the leaderboard and go to the all-time. You will see first, our top creator has made over, I can't read upside down, $9,000 since we started. We are a little over 4 months old, so that happened over the course of 4 months. And it kind of goes down from there, but there's a ton of high earners. Importantly, you can click into their profiles and you can see their accounts, which will be helpful for you to like observe what it is that they do. You can see all the posts that they've done that make them all this money. The other thing you can do is that you can go to the trending tab, the one here in the middle, and you will be able to see what other people are posting. I highly encourage you to like click through all that, go see those posts on TikTok. If you just press it, it'll take you directly there. That way you kind of like can learn by osmosis, right? You just, what are the top people doing? Oh, I get it. I see how the posts are supposed to look. I see that they add audio. I see that I do this and this and this. And you just start emulating what they're doing. Before you know it, you'll be at 9,000 yourself. Fingers crossed. I'm reading here to see if there's any other questions. Emily asks, is there a way to contact you after this live to discuss other things, like an email address or contact phone number? Yep, Emily, the answer is right there. You have several ways of contacting us. I highly recommend Discord because that's where everyone is, and that way you can ask the community, and that's just much faster than expecting one of us to respond directly. Great. Diego, do you know when the no, Herman, sorry. That might come back. I don't know. Okay. Any other questions from the new recruits? If not, I can leave it there. I can let you guys to it. Maybe thumbs up in the chat if you got it and you're interested. Obviously hard to tell when it's a one-way conversation. Thumbs up in the chat if you're good to go. Hello? Okay. All right. Well, we will leave it there. Thank you, Diari. I hope I pronounced that right. Appreciate you being here. We will leave it there. I'll send the links once more to the App Store and to the Play Store. And then please do consider joining the Discord. You will fare much better if you do, for sure. All right. Oh, all right. Stop my screen share. What's the commotion? Thanks. Thank you, Emily, for being here. Again, thanks everyone for being here. Excited to have you guys join. Rose, what's the commotion? Diari, thank you so much for your time. Day one, right? You get out of it what you put into it, but you can do this whenever, wherever. And it's pretty fun, pretty easy, and it's a pretty cool mission to help everyone, grow their businesses, their income, pay their bills. So excited to have you. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in the Discord and in the leaderboard. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.